For today's flight, we are flying the 787-8 in the American colors from Miami over to New York JFK. This is a pretty short flight, and it is operated in real life with American. I believe they use their 777s on this route. We're going to be testing out the new avionics update 2, which was recently released not too long ago. And Kuro has updated the 787-8 mod to be compatible with the avionics update 2. We can see this livery looks amazing. It's made by JViation. He makes some pretty nice liveries for a lot of aircraft, and he recently just came out with this American 787 livery, so I thought we'd fly that today. We are currently cold and dark at the gates. We don't have any boarding going on right now, but we need to get the baggage and passengers loaded up onto the aircraft, and we can make our way over to JFK. So without further ado, let's hop in the flight deck and get ready for our flight. Alright, all of our displays are blank. Let's head on up here and get our battery on. Forward, left, and right external power. And there are a lot more operable switches in the flight deck now. We can see our window heats work, emergency exit lights. We can already see the major changes that Asobo has made to the displays in the 787. They look a lot more realistic and have some new features like checklists, which we'll be using today. Let's head down to our FMC and get our flight plan loaded up. We are currently at Miami International Airport. And we don't have SimBrief integration yet for the aircraft. I believe that will be coming soon with some mods. And our destination is JFK. Flight number today is going to be American 1998. We are departing from runway 26 left. And I'll go ahead and finish up the rest of the flight plan so you guys don't have to sit through me clicking a whole bunch of buttons. Alright, we have the flight plan squared away here. Let's go ahead and run through it on the legs page. And let's go to plan mode. And we can go ahead and step through all the waypoints here. Let's go back to the start. So we are departing on 16 left. Making a right hand turn out. You can already see the display for the plan page looks already 10 times better than it did before. And here's our arrival. Let's clear that disco. And that's our arrival into 4 right into JFK. Drop our CG in, and V1's gonna be 128. VR 135 and V2 146. We're pretty light, so that's why our V speeds are pretty low, and our trim is going to be set to 5.25 for takeoff. And our takeoff weight is going to be 353.3. Alright, on the MCP panel, we're going to get our flight directors on. Auto throttle is going to get armed. We're going to set 170 for our speed. Initial cruise of 41,000 feet. And we can get LNAV and VNAV on. Altimeter today is 299.5. We got that set. We can get our anti-ice to auto. Let's get our recirc fan and our packs. And I'm gonna start up the APU now. Switch that to start. Head down here and go to systems. And we can see oil pressure is rising as well as the EGT. Walk around is complete. Let's get our hydraulic pumps on. Fuel pumps. Won't be needing center tanks. We're pretty light today. We've already switched over to the APU gens. Everything else on the overhead looks good. We are ready for push. Let's go ahead and get our beacon light on. And we can call for that tug. Let's do our before start checklist. Passenger signs are on. MCP looks good. Takeoff speeds, we have V1 128, VR 134, and V2 145. CDU preflight is completed. Our trim is going to be 5.25. Let's get that set. See it moving down here. And there's 5.25. Trim is set. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed, and our beacon light is on.
This aircraft is designed with escape lighting on.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
American 2171, Miami ground, right turn.
Our push has commenced. We are going to face the east, I believe.
Near the floor, a sign will indicate you have reached your exit.
Alright, we're good to start. Starting engine number 2.
American 618, Miami ground, 8 right, taxi.
We have auto start.
Whiskey Mike at Mike's following a company Airbus 39.
Starting engine 1.
Tug 6018, Miami ground, stay request.
Alright, we have a good start. Let's let the tug disconnect.
We have a good engine start. Disconnect.
American 959, Mach Tower 18.
Not sure what's going on with the ground tile here, but we'll ignore that. Gears getting unlocked.
American 618,
Let's go ahead and set flaps to 5. And let's do a flight control test.
Yeah, was that the one departure?
Full left,
back on your original. It's gonna be a
full right,
neutral,
full up,
open it back up for
full
you,
down,
so back out your
neutral,
original flight plan.
full left rudder, full right rudder, neutral. Flight controls are free and correct. Let's get our checklists. Before taxi checklist, anti-ice is auto, recall, is checks, auto brake is RTO, flight controls are checked, ground equipment is disconnecting now.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass has been removed.
There we go. And our APU.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
APU is gonna come off. before taxi checklist completed. Let's get weather and traffic on this side, and traffic and terrain on this side.
Device policy in the back of your American way. U.S. law prohibits smoking, including electronic cigarettes.
Alright, we should be ready to taxi now. Let's get our taxi light on. And we should start moving by ourselves a little bit. Pretty light today. Let's give it a little bit of power there.
Yes, take care, thanks.
And we're going to taxi on down here, make a right, and line up for 16 left, or 26 left, excuse me. Left is clear and right is clear. Looks like we got some arrivals coming in. And we can see beautiful downtown Miami off to our right. It's also a Miami maintenance hangar to our right as well. That's why you can see all those aircraft parked there. Alright, let's do our before takeoff checklist. Flaps 5. And before takeoff checklist completed. Wait for these arrivals, and then we will line up for 26 left. We are ready for takeoff. TCAS is going to get set to TARA. Let's get our landing lights on and give the cabin a chime to let them know we're ready for takeoff. Strobes and wing light are going to come on as well.
You have a great day.
Get the parking brake off.
RNAV visual 8 left. 34 Juliet Alpha, Miami Tower, runway 8 left to the land. 8 left,
And verify the runway, 26 left. Gonna get the clock on. Alright, let's stabilize them to 40%. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. Extremely light. Coming up on V1. V1. Rotate. Bring back the nose slowly. Positive rate, gear up. climbing out. Let's go flaps up. And I'm gonna hand it over to the autopilot. We have autopilot on, climbing through 3,000. Alright, just gonna let the aircraft stabilize a little bit. That looks good. Not quite sure why we leveled off there, but we are now climbing to 41,000 feet. So we don't have too many clouds out ahead of us. The HUD was also reworked in the new update, but I usually don't use it because it kind of just restricts my view. So climb out is looking good. 9 minutes into the flight right now.
Alpha, contact Miami Center on 132.45. 45 okay.
There's Fort Lauderdale off to our left-hand side. It's also a pretty nice airport. I've actually been there once in real life for a connection to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Definitely like that airport. We're headed out towards the Atlantic now, and then we're going to make that left-hand turn toward New York. Coming through 17,000, we can get our landing lights off. When we turn off taxi and wing, and we'll turn off the passenger signs for now. 18,000, we can get standard pressure. We have reached our cruising altitude of flight level 410. We have about an hour and 30 minutes left in the flights. Just going to be going along the coast and then cutting into the East Coast, and we should be descending into New York very soon. I'll catch you guys when we are a few miles out from our top of descent. Now approaching our top of descent. You can see it's just before waypoint C, and we should be descending to flight level 389 is what it says here. I'll just put 10,000 in our MCP, and hopefully it can follow the constraints of our arrival. Just to go over the arrival one more time. Super straightforward. We're just going to be heading into New York from the south and line ourselves up for runway 4 right, which is usually where most arrivals come into New York. And we just go straight on in, and then from there we will taxi, make a left, and then go around the back towards where all the American heavies park at. So that looks good.
Washington Center, good afternoon.
Get our init ref and everything else set up, our approach ref set up when we have started to descend into JFK. We've started our descent. Throttles are coming back, as we can see. We're starting to pitch down.
Mostly good.
Past 38,000. I'm just going to give cabin and chime to let them know we are descending now. And for our VREF, we're going to do flaps 30, 133 for landing. And let me grab the altimeter for New York. For New York, the altimeter is 2982. That's it here. Just 2982.
Center for Kuro 4365 300.
18,000 feet. We can kind of see Manhattan out here. There's Jersey and Newark should be somewhere over here. And JFK is kind of along the coast, just a bit east of Manhattan and Brooklyn. So far I'm loving this aircraft. It flies pretty nice. The systems look pretty promising. I'm just waiting for Heavy Division to start to add some more stuff to this. One thing I'm really looking forward to is the vertical situation display, which pops up here and is pretty unique to the 787 and the 737 MAX. But yeah, that should be coming soon. I'm also hoping for some SimBrief integration, which should be nice. It's looking like we need some drag here, so we'll go ahead and get some speed brakes out. We're also going to do auto brake 1 for our landing since we're coming in pretty slow. Did forget to do the after takeoff checklist, but it's all good. And descent, recall is checked. Auto brake 2. VREF we're going to do 133 flaps 30. And approach briefing is completed. Descent checklist complete. Coming through 22,000 feet. Starting to slow up a bit here. And we need to be at 10,000 at Cameron. So that's what it's shooting for right now. Just put 5,000, but we're not going to set it yet. Switch that over to auto.
Pitch at 402, turn left heading 160 to send maintain 8,000.
Heading 160, that's 8,000, pitch at 402.
Alaska 28, turn right heading 180.
Right, 180.
Get rid of those speed brakes.
Alaska 28, we have echo.
Right, thank you.
Alright, after Cameron, we need to be to 2,000 feet.
Alaska 28, descend maintain 16,000, Kenny altimeter 3008.
3008 down to 16,000.
And let's get 210 set on the speed here. 10,000 feet. Let's get our landing lights on.
Pitch at 402, descend maintain 3,000.
Seatbelts.
3,000, pitch at 402.
Lieutenants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Alright, we have the airport in sight over there. Let's do our approach checklist.
Delta 352,
Altimeters,
maintain
we have
4,000.
2982.
4,000 feet, that's 32.
Last to 28,
Approach checklist
descend,
completed.
maintain 13,000.
That 13,000, last 28.
We're going to do landing here in just a second. Let's go flaps 1.
Captain 118, yes,
Slow up to 180.
American 118, New York approach, turn right, heading
Let's go
180.
flaps 5. Let's get some speed break.
Vectors, I left runway 22 left approach.
Would you have echo? There's a select coming in for
You guys at 402, turn left, heading 070.
Left turn 070, check ship 02.
Delta 352, turn left, heading 130.
130 heading 352, thanks.
16,000, Kenny altimeter 3008.
Alright, we're descending pretty nicely. To set 1500. And we're going to put 160. Definitely see the airport now. And once we make that turn, I'm going to get approach mode.
Alaska 28,
Set.
turn left, heading 150.
Left 150 from left 28.
There's our runway. Looks like we're a bit low, so we're going to do altitude hold.
American 118, descend, maintain 13,000.
Alright, we can get our gear down.
Alright, turn Julia across.
Let's go flaps 20. We're going to set our final approach speed, which is going to be 133.
Straight head out to the ramp, Delta 336.
Lined up perfectly now. And let's go flaps 30. Landing checklist, speed brake is armed. Landing gears down, and flaps are 30. Landing checklist completed. We're a little bit high. My throttles. Back on the glide path now. 2 white, 2 red.
Pickup 4577 K, runway 22 right, last way. 22 right, last way. Hey, Kenny, Delta 352, 22 left, hello. Delta 352, 1080 120012, runway 22 left, to the left. Go land 22 left, thanks, 352. Delta 352, begin reboot. Sorry, say again? Begin reboot. Yeah, we're doing it now.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Now. Reverse normal. Coming up on 60 knots and get manual braking. Still the reversers. We're going to take this exit here. And we finally made it to New York JFK. We're just going to hold short over here. And we'll clean up the aircraft in just a second. get flaps up. Speed brake can get stowed. Don't need our landing lights. Runway turn off. We're gonna leave our taxi and strobe. I think we're about to cross the runway soon. And we can turn off our wing lights. Should be on auto. And we'll start up our APU. And we're gonna taxi around the back here to the American gates.
Kennedy Guy Cafe A31 Heavy, November Charlie, ready for taxi.